Ladies and gentlemen, this has gone on long enough. I'm tired of going in my comments section and seeing that you're not subscribed. Motherfudger, you better hit that subscribe button right now. Go down there and you spank it around, you slap it like it's your nephew. Hold on, wait, let's all right, let's cut that. Hey, cut it right there. What's up, guys? Expel here, and today we are going to be hopping right into another solo breakdown. You guys loved the last one so much, or maybe it was the title that made you click, I don't know, but you still loved it. You loved it. You were super cool about it. But I did want to remind you that we do this all the time, and if you love the content, then please do me a favor, drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel. We are working our way up to 60,000 subscribers, and I want to pass that number before the end of June, or even tomorrow. I don't know, just hit subscribe. We'll see what happens. Regardless, it'd be greatly appreciated you subscribe with notifications on. You maybe follow me over on Twitch, and you know, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at twitch.tv/IamXpel at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way up until 2 p.m. And then last but not least, follow me over on Twitter. Regardless, let me explain to you what's going on in this video. We break down the gameplay. Let's hop in. Ladies and gentlemen, now, before we kind of push in and start getting kills, I do want to let you know the reason that we're starting a little bit later into the gameplay than I normally would is because there's really no point, in my opinion, to go over the beginning of the game. I know there's a couple of people out there that have issues with the beginning of the game, but I'm going to kind of break it down for you right here and explain to you what you need to be doing to get past that beginning part. Because if I had to show you every single time, it would just feel entirely pointless. The rest of the game is much more interesting and much harder to navigate through, but for me to explain the beginning of the game, it's really not going to be that hard. First of all, as you can see, we always go for our loadout off the rip, and the reason why is it's best to get your loadout off the rip, especially if you're like me and you love to run an overkill. That way, when the next one comes, you have your class, and you can go ahead and grab like maybe Ghost or something like that to help you push through and get more kills and stuff like that. Regardless, the beginning of the game is all about looting. You want to get the loot you need. You want to get maybe like an AR, maybe a submachine gun. Once you grab those two weapons, you want to immediately go for some sort of contract. Personally, I like a search contract and then maybe a bounty. And the reason I do that is because I need that cash for the loadout. And that's what I do every time. So choose somewhere that you see a search and choose somewhere that you think you're not going to get killed immediately. Somewhere you feel comfortable. Choose somewhere that you know how to play. And that's how it's going to go for you every single time. Now, right here, we do have this guy that was on the roof. I have a heartbeat sensor on this class. And the reason I have it is because that early game. It's also very useful throughout the game, but the early game is really the most important part whenever it comes to grabbing UAVs, grabbing heartbeat sensors and stuff like that. You also saw that I just grabbed a bounty. Now, the reason I grabbed the bounty is because cash is king in this game mode. So if I grab a bounty, I've got this guy over here, and it's going to be easy peasy whenever we find and kill him. So he's running back that direction, and things are going to kind of slow down a little bit as I push across. Now, I'm watching up top, and the reason I'm doing that is because I have to see if he's going to peek the roof. Now, most of the time, people will. In this case, he did not. And this is a situation that I spoke about in the video I posted yesterday, which was 5 Houston mistakes. And that's going to be people not knowing when they should peek around the corner. And as you saw there, the way that I did it was peeking back at a weird time. And I know that it seems a little counterproductive from some of the tips that I've given in the past, but if you are down on health, but you know that the player might not be as good as you by the way that you've, fought them before. And by the way, there is a car coming up, so we're going to be watching for that car. I'm making noise to get that car to come back, but he's not going to. Anyway, you have to realize what's a good time to peek and what's not a good time to peek. If you have good weapons, you know that they don't have fantastic weapons, and you have the advantage. This guy was going to push in and try and go for the kill. So what I do is I wait until I feel like he might be sprinting. I peek back out and I beam him with my growl. And that's what's really going to get me that advantage right off the rip there. So you may notice we have officially $20,000. What do you do with $20,000 when you get it? You spend it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just sit there and hold on to your cash. It is such a big deal if you can just go spend the cash. And as you can see, I'm going straight to the buy station. The reason I play like this is because I like to get kills. I don't like to sit around. And sadly, we're going to die regardless. This guy, sneaky snake, hit me with literally no bullets right there. I don't know if you saw it. He didn't aim down. He didn't hit me with a single bullet, but it does happen sometimes. Sometimes you just get absolutely wiped and there's nothing you can do about it. But it's all about how you come back. And that's what I'm going to show you right here, is how to make that comeback whenever you're in the ghoulie, you know, whenever you get pushed to the gulag. So we're going to get thrown into a gunfight here. Well, pretty much in a second. But a big thing is knowing how to play your opponent based on the weapon that you have. And that's something that I feel like I'm trying to get a little bit better and better at. I found myself losing less and less gulags, but right here we do have the Scar. Now the Scar is a powerful weapon, but it has a very small ammo capacity. So what I like to do is try and check the corners that I think they might be pushing to. I throw a stun grenade, I get the stun, I'm gonna chuck this grenade just in case, and then I just two-shot him to the head. Most people are going to sit in their spawn in that gulag or push up just a little bit. That's about a 90% chance, but you have that 10% that might do the exact opposite. You have to be very careful of, you know, being able to check every single direction, but also not being like scared to sit in your own spawn. Regardless, here we go down on the loadout drop. Luckily, I came in right as the loadout drop came in, and you're going to notice that I grabbed my overkill class again. Now, a lot of people might grab their ghost class or something like that. I choose to do this and grab armor plates because I saw how much cash I had. I chose to do that because whenever you grab overkill, you always have the advantage. So many people are going to have more guns than you or better guns than you. So what you want to do is just grab both good weapons. Now, the big issue that I have here, I don't have any ammo. So we basically have to kind of take a second to loot and look for ammo. And that's what we're going to be doing as we run this way. I also heard some shots over this direction. So I'm thinking maybe if I can kill someone over here, if I can eliminate the enemy, then we may be able to grab some ammo. So we're going to kind of hold it a little bit closer to the chest as we push through here. We're going to start looking for ammo. And I'm going to check my heartbeat sensor because as we push in, like I said, I heard some shots. So I want to see if I can find the guy that's over here. Now, I'm not 100% certain, but I think that I don't find him. I actually had a comment on a video recently that said, "Hey, man, you're doing great." I don't know why I chose this voice. "Hey, man, you're doing great, but I'd love to see you say nothing about you not being 100% certain what's going on." To be 100% honest, sometimes I get these gameplays and I go over it in my, in my head and with you guys days after I, get the gameplays. And the reason that I do that is to make sure that I'm going to give the same tips no matter what. So I have to make sure that I'm going to do the exact same thing that I would normally. Now over here, I did see a bounty, so I wanted to go ahead and push in and grab that bounty. As you can see, I've got $2,400 and I want to just try and grab as much cash as I can. And when you're in downtown, it's a really good opportunity to actually grab as much cash as you can because there's so many contracts in downtown. Now, a lot of people are very scared to go here, but if you know how to traverse downtown, you shouldn't have any issues. And hopefully, whenever season 4 comes out, they might blow it up. That's my hopes. That is exactly my hopes. Now, I see this guy showing up on the bounty, and I saw that it kind of pushed it over this direction, and I start listening. I hear footsteps as we're pushing over here, so I start aiming down at the window, and then he jumps out the door right here. Now I'm gonna jump over. I saw that I cracked his armor, so it was all about trying to put in those extra few shots to get the kills. Now right here I've got $14,000. I'm immediately going to go up top because I saw a car here and I wanted to be able to maybe jump off and push towards the car if I needed to. I also was watching the UAV, not the UAV, but the radar as I pushed up and I saw the car stopped. He started fighting someone else and there's another guy down below. So I'm going to hop in this window, peek to see if I can find him, and I don't find him. So I'm going to go get another vantage point. I'm going to look down, and where I've got high ground, it's a little bit harder for them to shoot me. I'm just going to miss 40,000 shots real quick, and then we're going to get the kill on the guy pretty easily, honestly, especially when you have that high ground. It's not that hard. So I'm going to look around. I'm checking to see if somebody's there. I'm not seeing anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and drop down. I'm going to wait until close to the last second and pull my shoot. That way I don't get caught floating in the air. That's a big deal. Don't get caught floating in the air. Now, this guy was a pain in the butt. He cracked my armor, so I kept shooting there. I didn't want him re-peeking me, so I kept shooting the rest of my clip. Now, what that means to me is that I might not be able to fight him with that growl, so I'm going to have to use a different weapon. So I'm going to toss that C4. It's not going to blow up, but we got lucky, cracked his armor. Once I cracked his armor, I trusted my gun skill to basically peek around that corner. Like I said earlier, it's all about knowing when to peek, when not to peek, based on your enemy, what's going on in the situation. And in that situation, I felt comfortable enough, even if my health was down, to peek that because I knew that my aim was better based off of what happened in the second before when he had come through the door and then ran straight back through. So it's all about knowing your enemy whenever you fight them. Now, this is going to be the best part of the whole gameplay. We're running up on a guy over here in Stadium, and things are going to get a little bit spicy. So as I'm pushing over here, I'm looking to see if I can find him and get that easy kill from all the way back here. Because if I can do that, it's going to make my life a lot easier. So sadly, we didn't see him. So we're going to have to push in to grab the kill. And we can tell that he's actually down below instead of on the roof of Stadium. And I don't know. Okay. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Hold your comments for that one. But let's go ahead and push in. We see the guy on the UAV as I call it in, and there's another car coming up behind me. Now this guy I didn't see because I was so focused on the guy in front that I didn't get a chance to do anything about it. But he has got some insane aim. So I have to take a second, hold cover to the best of my ability, and I know that this guy has to push in. So my goal is to kind of head glitch this and wait for him to push in. Sadly, I saw him a little bit too late, and I didn't get my aim on the way that I wanted it, and he's gonna have a really, really good spot here. Now, I was hoping to hit him with that, but he got some shots on me first, and I get shot in the back. That's the only reason that I didn't get the kill there. So I'm gonna rotate around, and I'm thinking that this guy is gonna have to heal up as well. So we're gonna chill in this corner for a second, get everything reloaded, and prepare ourselves for a gunfight. Now, right here is where things get a little bit weird. And I'm serious about this. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I was so hyped whenever it happened, and I called the guy trash for not cleaning me. But you'll see. It gets a little freaky. So the guy on the right is fighting the other guy. So he's going to jump over the wall. I got caught in a bad spot. I tried to jump shot to kill him. It didn't happen. Now this guy's focused on the other guy. He comes over here to get cover, and then I jump around and kill him because he's a dummy. Clean your kills, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm looking for the other guy, trying to figure it out. I see his head pop up right over there. So I pop a few shots so that I can find a different spot to go to. I have no armor plates. The guy that I was shooting had no armor plates, so I'm in a bad spot. I see that I get the down. cough with a really, really good see that I get the down with a really good shot with the growl. Absolutely disgusting. So we're gonna go ahead and push back in. We got the circle moving in literally like just a second, so we have to be very careful of that and start pushing in as quickly as we can to get inside the circle, because if we get caught on the edge here, there's gonna be a lot of people rotating in, especially when you're in downtown. So if you're pushing the edge in downtown, you're in a bad spot. And I want to be 100% serious. You know, people like Iceman Isaac, you know, he's made a ton of videos about how to rotate and stuff like that, and I stand by his videos. They're fantastic. But the issue is so many people are doing it now, especially in the higher tiers of players, that it kind of changes the way that you have to play, especially in very crowded areas. Now, I do use a UAV, but it doesn't mean that everybody that's on the UAV is going to be there. But I can see that this guy's coming over, and I'm watching to see how close he's going to get to me. So as I push up here, you're going to notice that I'm watching the left side. I kind of tilt a little bit to the left side. I'm watching the left side, see if he's going to be coming. And then I see that as I get right here, he's on the same level as me. I had assumed that he was actually up above, but we also have a guy right in front of us here. So I'm watching to see where this guy's going to go. Sadly, I thought he was going to peek right here. He actually did not. He has no idea that I'm here. So I'm going to slowly go in. He's not showing up on the heartbeat. And this is going to be a tight situation, right? So let's go ahead and watch this and kind of, you know, I'll go over it as we get through. So I'm peeking around the corner. Want to see if anybody's there, and no one's there. So I'm going to wait it out. You know, this is one of those situations, like I said, Iceman Isaac, he's making videos about how you gotta wait for people to push in. And this is what these guys are going to do. They're going to wait until the circle gets a little bit closer. And I'm going to take advantage of that as someone that's even smarter than a lot of these players that are trying to get the tips, you know. And I'm not like calling anybody out, because for some reason people think that I'm calling people out when I say I'm smarter whenever it comes to game sense. I just play it more, guys. That's what happens. God. Anyway, I'm hoping this guy's going to come through right here. But the only weird thing is there's a guy still on the other side, and he just then popped up on the heartbeat. So I'm going to kind of back up, get a little cover from my left, and see if I can catch this guy. Luckily, I did. I got him down. I'm going to get the clean, and I'm going to start healing up here because there's still another guy right inside there. And now we got the guy in the sky. I get the down on the roof, but that guy is just beaming me from the side. So we've got to throw a C4. I'm hoping to hit. Neither of them hit. So I've just got to rotate out, pull out my lighter weapon, and just move. Now I've got a gas mask, so I'm not scared of the gas here, and I know that it's moving a little bit slower, but I'm still not trying to get directly into it, and luckily I didn't have to. So we're still rotating around. I'm getting reloads on my weapon. I'm making sure that I'm putting myself in the best position that I can for the future of the game. If I have a weapon that's not reloaded, I'm screwed. So as we traverse through downtown, I'm holding these walls. I'm trying to keep my cover the best that I can. And this is something that I hear a lot of people talking about. Like, what do you do when you get to the top 25? You take it slower, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see this throughout the way that I play on any game that I win. As we push through, I'm going to be slower. I'm going to hold these edges. I'm going to watch to make sure that I'm not out in the open for any large amount of time. I'm looking on my heartbeat to make sure that no one's going to be near. And luckily, as I turn this corner, there's a bunch of stuff laying on the ground. We get some more armor plates. We're going to make it up this ladder, and we're going to start looking around and using that high ground to our advantage. Now, the only bad part is that hospital's actually still in, so I've got to watch that backside every once in a while to make sure that I'm not going to get sniped from that way. But I see this guy immediately. We get it down, but the bad part is that I have no way of finishing him. I try to get the high ground and see if I can kill him. It's not going to happen. This guy is in a much better spot than I'm in whenever it comes to cover. So he's got the advantage here to get up and be able to survive. So I'm going to kind of hold this right here. I'm still thinking in the back of my mind, you know, there might be a guy behind me that tries to shoot me. So you'll see that my body's like going left to right, left to right, left to right. I don't want to make that sniper shot too easy on anybody. I move around the side. This guy pops up again, and we get the kill. Now, down below, we got a vehicle. We're looking around. We're trying to get the kill on this guy. He is being a bit annoying, to be honest. I mean, fair enough on him for the vehicle. It's just annoying because I lost him. He just disappeared into thin air. I think he literally quit the game. Nope, never mind. I just saw him. Okay, I never knew where this guy went. He went to the right at the very back side. It's a very hard thing to see, but that's where he went. I probably could have killed him because he was like a 2-shot, but I didn't see him in the game. So right here, I'm looking around to see if I can find anybody. I don't find anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and drop down. We're going to kind of hold this wall again. But I start getting shot in the back. This guy's popping me as I'm flying through the air, so I think maybe he's up top, but he's not. He's actually down below here, and you'll see him peek up in just a second and start shooting at me once again. Actually, he's going to rotate around through, but he is going to try and shoot at me again. He gets a little hateful in just a minute as I hop in this car. He does peek me. He does try and shoot me again. It's just in a different spot. Now, he doesn't hit, but like I think one actual shot on my body. But I'm taking this car and I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. Now, as we move in here, we've got this guy right here. I've got a vehicle, and I want to hop out of that vehicle. But if I keep taking that vehicle, this guy's got a C4. He's going to get the kill. Luckily, you know, my aim's just slightly better than this guy's, and I caught him a little bit off guard. And we got the kill, but that's not going to happen every time. That could have been a really easy death, you know? So you got to be very careful about the way that you challenge gunfights. I wasn't exactly on his body whenever I jumped out of the car. And by the way, if you're looking at someone when you jump out of a car, that's where your aim's going to be as you jump out. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be careful with stuff like that. Now, I knew that there was a guy on the roof because I saw it pop up on the radar, and I heard some shots flying as well. So I throw a cluster up top to cover the noise of me opening doors. That way I could go inside this building just in case there was a guy up on the roof. So as we push up top, we're taking it easy. We're taking it slow. We're being quiet. And this is what I'm talking about. As you get to that end game, you've got to be more and more quiet. I'm sitting on 11 kills right now, right? But we're not going to get a ton more kills here. This is where things get more intense. You got to worry more about the actual guy at the top of the stairs. So as I'm going up, you notice like where my crosshairs are at. I'm ready for people to be hiding. You know, a lot of you guys have issues with people camping, and that's a perfect example. Some people are going to be camping. It's just going to happen. But that guy right there, you know, I was prepared to see a guy camping there. And that's something you got to keep in mind. You know, there can be a camper in any corner. So make sure that you're checking your corners as you're going up the stairs. You know, as you go up that staircase, you're flicking around to watch the other side of the staircase. And notice again, as we drop down there with the parachute, I'm dropping it immediately at the bottom instead of holding it at the top. That way I'm not out in the open as much. I'm not making as much noise for a long period of time. And as we push in here, we're really, really slow. Now, actually, this specific part of the gameplay was in another video of mine because I wanted to, you know, showcase something specific about, you know, in game. And that's taking it slow, trying not to be out in the open for you know, as little time as possible. You want to be in the open for a small amount of time, and I'm still gonna get shot. But notice I was already at the building. I was holding that cover to begin with, so it's not that bad whenever he does shoot at me. So right here, he's chilling either up on the building or down below. I don't ever really find exactly where he's at, or at least where he shot me. And it's just not worth it to me at this point, you know? Like, if I've got a guy shooting at me, I have no idea where he's at. Is it really worth it to sit around and wait for him to push you? Probably not. I know that there's a guy right there that basically shot at me, and then we have the other guy that was on the roof behind that I dodged in the first place. So if I get caught between two people, I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna close that door behind me. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna attempt to close this door. We get that closed. And the reason I do that is if someone pushes into the building, they just slap that door open, I'm gonna hear them down below and I'm gonna know they're coming up the stairs immediately. Because I actually had someone recently comment on my videos and they were like, no, closing doors is a bad idea because you hear more footsteps with the doors open. What? It doesn't matter. What? The doors are louder than footsteps. You're going to hear. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to check out this whole building. As we push in here, I'm crouch walking my way all the way through, and I'm checking in the building in every angle. I don't want somebody coming up on me, and that's the goal. So I'm going to push back this way. We're going to climb up the ladder, and we're going to get a little bit more busy. I'm going to start looking around a little bit, checking to see if I can find people. And I hear footsteps. That's the big deal. I hear footsteps down below. So now it's all about checking my back. I see the cluster strike. I'm like, oh, this motherfudger. He really about to do that to me. I swear to God. And then I drop down inside. We're going to kind of hide, wait out the cluster. But I have to get to the roof before he gets to the roof. Because if he gets on the roof first, he immediately wins this gunfight. That's it. GG's. He wins. So I have to get to this roof and get over here. I start checking to see if he's there. I don't see him. We're going to hop up and we're going to start peeking it again in just a second. So I'm going to slowly walk over. I'm thinking maybe he's going to come up that ladder. I hear him walking around down there, but he's obviously not going to. He doesn't care that much. So I'm right here. He's throwing C4s, but he's not hitting. Now, sadly, there's another guy coming up behind me, and I didn't even know it. This guy sucks, so we're going to just destroy his hopes and dreams. And then the other guy thinks, you know what? This seems like a good time to go ahead and peek out. Why did it put in 3 plates, but only put in 2? What the fudge? I just realized that's what happened. Oh my God. Does that ever get you guys? I feel like there's a couple of small glitches that just need to get fixed. So I knew that guy was going to have to come up because he was stuck in the storm. That's the reason that I was immediately turned around to kill that guy. And we did. So now we have to check all of our angles. I check my right. And now if there's a guy down below me, I have to get over here as quickly as possible and hope that he doesn't have aim as good as mine is. You know, I don't want them beaming me out of the air. But I've got cover from my back. So now I got to check the other side and see that no one's coming. So I'm checking this side more than the other side because if there's someone back here, I'm more likely to die to them because these guys can't see me for the most part because of my cover. I'm also going to use these vehicles right here to make sure that I have cover. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I keep telling you guys. You have to keep cover at the end of the game. A lot of you guys are just sprinting out in the open. Stop it. Don't sprint out in the open. You will die. Keep your cover at the end of the game and slowly push into the circle. I got a cluster strike on me here, but once again, I've got that gas mask. I'm going to use it to my advantage, and I'm going to back up. This idiot is going to kill himself with his own cluster strike. Why are you pushing into your own cluster strike? Anyway, it puts me in a 1v1 situation right here, and I push up to this rock, keep my cover, and then I see the guy behind the vehicle, start popping some shots, crack his armor, get it down, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is G mother flipping G. I'm also going to be a little bit toxic here. I'm sorry. Listen, you gotta, sometimes you just gotta do it. Okay. There's not much else to say. You just gotta be a little bit toxic on the guy at the end of the game that's got self-worth. Alrighty, guys, that is going to do it for the video. If you did go on to enjoy, once again, it'd be greatly appreciated you drop the video a like, you subscribe if you're new around here. Once again, we're pushing for 60,000 subscribers. So make sure to drop the video, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Come out and say hey to the videos or something. I don't know. Just comment down below. What helped you in particular? Are you one of those guys that are having, or gals, hey, or gals, that are having issues with that end game? You know, a lot of people are having issues with the end game. I wanted to specifically cover this in today's video. You know, it was a big deal in the comment section. I felt like you guys really needed some help. So that's what I'm here for. That top 25, that top 10, that top 5. It's tough, but you just have to hold your corners. Regardless, thank you guys immensely. Make sure if you haven't already, go follow me over on twitch.tv/IamExpel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way up until 2 p.m., which is when the videos go live over on the tubes, on the YouTube. And then last but not least, follow me over on Twitter. Join my Discord. Links is always in the description down below. Also, I'm 100% open to you guys submitting subscriber gameplays so that I can break them down and try and help you guys get better. So feel free to drop those in my Discord, and we'll maybe go over it. Thank you guys immensely. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.